going on, guys? My name's Gerard. Today we're going to learn how to rock and roll. Before we learn this trick, you should know how to rock the fakie and backside kick turn. So for a rock and roll, you're going to roll up, rock your board like a rock to fakie, but when you come back in, you're going to turn your body and kick turn back in, backside. So essentially it's a combination trick. You're putting together rock to fakie and a backside kick turn. This trick can feel pretty awkward at first, especially if you've gotten really good at rock to fakies, because at this point your body's just so used to coming in backwards. But once you get rock and rolls down, it's a really fun trick and can help vary up your lines too. To get better at mini ramp skating, one of the things you're trying to do is be able to come up fakie, come up switch, come back in regular, come back in fakie, and be able to vary your stances. So this is another way that you can come up regular and come back in regular versus just doing a regular kick turn. So to actually do the trick, you're gonna come up just like a rock to fakie, but when you're in the stall, you wanna turn your shoulders all the way around to face back into the ramp. You want your eyes looking back towards the ramp. You wanna do this before you try to come back in, because just like a kick turn, your feet are gonna follow where your shoulders go. A lot of times when people struggle with this trick is because they don't turn their shoulders all the way around, or they try and turn them too late. You want to turn your shoulders around before you even try to come back in, so your board's going to follow you back in. You want to think of this trick as 3 steps: rock, shoulder turn, kick turn. If you can follow those 3 steps, you're going to be able to land the trick. The more often you do it, the quicker the turn's going to be, but when you're first learning it, it's okay if you stay in that rock a little bit longer than you plan to. Just like rock to fakies, when I first learned how to do rock and rolls, I learned them by just barely putting my trucks over so I can get comfortable with that kick turn motion. But as you get better at them, you're going to want to make sure, just like a rock to fakie, you're getting your board all the way up there. When you start doing rock and rolls on bigger transition, you're not really going to be able to stall in the middle of the board. You're going to have to do a decked rock and roll. What that means is you want to get all the way up on the deck where your back trucks are up against the coping, because otherwise, if you try and pivot, you have to lean too far back, so you're more likely to hang up. So just remember, bigger transition, you've got to get that rock a lot further up there. One thing that can help with rock and rolls too is focus where you're looking. So a lot of times when people do rock to fakies, they're staring at the board the whole time. But if you do that when trying a rock and roll, you're gonna have a hard time turning your body all the way around. So when you turn your shoulders to look back towards the ramp, look where you want to go. This is kind of a good tip for mini ramp skating in general. You want to look where you're aiming for, and it's the same with rock and roll. So don't just stare down at your board the whole time. Look down further into the ramp, so that way when you turn around, your board is going to follow your eyes. Like I said, the biggest mistake people make when actually trying this trick is they don't turn their shoulders all the way around, so the board only makes it halfway or 3/4. You really got to focus on stall, turn your shoulders, and then come back in. Like anything else, it's about commitment. Turn those shoulders, go for it, and you're going to land it. Rock and roll is a really fun trick, and in a lot of ways marks the end of those mini ramp basic tricks. It's one of the first combination tricks you learn, putting together a rock to fakie and a backside kick turn. And there's a lot of different variations that you can learn too, so it makes a trick a lot of fun. Don't forget, leave a comment down below, let me know what trick you want to learn next, or what trick you want to see me learn next. And if you learn a new trick, send a video my way, might find yourself at the end of the next video. Till then, see you guys next time.